InvestorIdeas.com podcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today we're looking at announcements from the Green Organic Dutchman Holdings Limited, trading on the TSX as TGOD and the OTCQX as TGOD-F, Valens Growworks Corporation, trading on the CSE as VGW, Farm Ventures Incorporated, trading on the CSE as MDM and OTCQX as MRPHF, HIKU Brands Company Limited, trading on the CSE as HIKU, and Weed MD Incorporated, trading on the TSX Venture as WMD and the OTC as WDDMF. Starting with the Green Organic Dutchman Holdings Limited, who announced that it's entered into a strategic partnership with Epican Medicals Limited. The partnership will add an additional 14,000 kilograms, taking TGOD's total organic funded capacity to 130,000 kilograms. Epican is a vertically integrated Jamaican cannabis company with cultivation, extraction, manufacturing, and retail distribution licenses. This strategic partnership introduces TGOD's premier organic cannabis brand to the international medical market. Next, looking at Valens Growworks Corporation, a multi-licensed vertically integrated provider of cannabis products and services utilizing proprietary extraction processes, announced that its wholly owned subsidiary Super THC Services has obtained ISO 17025 accreditation for cannabis testing. It is the first dealer's license using cannabis as its matrix in Canada to achieve the accreditation. A little about the ISO 17025 accreditation. The scope includes methods of cannabinoids, pesticides, toxic metals, terpenes, and residual solvents. The ISO 17025 standard, general requirements for the competence of testing and calibrating laboratories, has become the international reference for testing and calibrating laboratories wanting to demonstrate their capacity to deliver trusted results. The international standard, published jointly by ISO, International Organization for Standardization, and IEC, International Electrotechnical Commission, contains a set of requirements enabling laboratories to improve their ability to produce consistently valid results by specifying the general requirements for competence, impartiality, and commitment to the continuous improvement of the laboratory's operations. Next, going to Farm Ventures Incorporated, who are nearing final approval for their North Las Vegas facility. On June 4th, a member from the state of Nevada Department of Taxation met with Kurt Keating, Director of Operations, to perform a walkthrough of both buildings. Final approval of the state will be granted contingent on the city providing the certificates of occupancy. The Public Works Department is satisfied that they have met their criteria successfully and have acknowledged all utilities are installed to code. The City of North Las Vegas Building Department is on standby to sign off on the pending certificates of occupancy. Upon approval, the State of Nevada Department of Taxation will complete their closing review and allow the transfer of operations to the new buildings. 6 City of North Las Vegas recreational and medicinal cannabis cultivation and production business licenses have been renewed and reissued for 2018 and 2019. The next phase of construction is the 65,000 square foot 3-story cultivation and production facility. Finally, looking at HIKU Brands Company Limited and Weed MD Incorporated, who announced that Weed MD has obtained an interim order from the Ontario Superior Court of Justice authorizing the holding of an annual and special meeting of Weed MD shareholders to consider the previously announced merger between HIKU and Weed MD. As described in the joint HIKU and Weed MD press release dated April 19th of this year, Weed MD will be seeking Weed MD shareholder approval for the arrangement under the Business Corporations Act. The Weed MD meeting to consider the arrangement resolution will be held on Wednesday, July 11th, 2018 at 10 a.m. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Corporate Inc. CM certification. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor on this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment.